Our members can look at it after the fact there. Posted a link in the chat channel if anyone wants to tune in. Alrighty, we are live. So thank you all for coming to the Gaiscioch Family Summit for June 2015. I am the field leader / founder / engage director / editor-in-chief for one of them things for the magazine. You guys know me as Fog. This month is a very exciting month for me. I actually get my daughter a month early, so I will be very, very, very busy all month. I'll be going on adventures everywhere I can. Typically, I get my daughter for about 3 weeks, and this year I get her for 6 weeks. So I'm super stoked and really happy to see my daughter. So this month, I really wanted to kind of push out there that we have 3 live streams that we host. These are the Streams of Epic Adventure, which are on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific. We have the Siege War, which is Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then we have my Fog side quests, which are pretty much randomly at all different hours, all different times of the day. This is pretty much whenever I have a free moment that I want to go play a game and stream for you guys, I go out there and do it. And all of these live streams are packaged underneath the magazine site, so if you go to the gaiscioch.info/mag, you can find the live streams over there on the right-hand column and check out their schedules. Smitty, I believe, is here. I don't know if Soren made it to the meeting, but we've had some pretty great adventures with the Streams of Epic Adventure so far. I believe we've had 10 episodes so far, and we've got pretty much the next 12 lined up. So it should be a pretty good time. Smitty, you want to say hi?
Hello, everybody. Your friendly neighborhood Smitty here. We have had some epic adventures, as the name implies. We have traveled to some far lands, and this week coming for Monday, we are traveling to Terra to play a little bit in there and kind of show how that gameplay goes.
Yeah, that one was one of the ones that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth right out the gate when I first met their development. But since then, I think a lot of things have smoothed out, and I'm definitely ready to give it a little chance here and see if we can have some fun there. So it's just a one weekend venture or a one Monday venture, but it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're actually growing since they opened to the Steam community. They're going to be opening a new PvE server here on the 9th, and they're initiating some transfers from all the PvE servers. They're currently got a whole bunch of queues running during prime time. I'm actually back to playing that a little bit, so guys, let me know. I might come over and drop in on you.
Yeah, we will be on Celestial something or other roleplay server. I forget.
I have a character on that as well. That's max level.
Nice.
Yeah, that is currently very heavily populated during the prime time hours. So let me see. Next Monday. What is next Monday? It's 8th. Yeah, you might hit a queue because I don't think the transfers will start in time.
We haven't really had any problems so far. Just pop it on there. I haven't found any PvP to speak of yet, so that PvE server thing kind of makes me scratch my head and go, what? There's PvP? So yeah, I'm really holding out for the PvP in that game, wherever it is.
Yeah, there's a little bit. It's like a world v world type of stuff in there, where you take a castle from another person or
I haven't
another
really
team.
had any problems so far.
But it's like hot in world v world almost.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, I haven't done that stuff either yet. I used to play on a PvP open world PvP server, but I changed out to PvE a long time ago.
Alrighty. So yeah, definitely tune in next Monday, 8 p.m. server time or Pacific time. Also, I wanted to encourage you all to get social with us. We are on Facebook. You can go to gaiscioch.info/Facebook. We are on Twitter. You can just do /Twitter, Google /Google, YouTube /YouTube, and Twitch/Twitch. These are all our social networks that we communicate across, so you can check out our videos, you can check out our most recent posts and articles and all the things that are going on with the magazine, the athletics team, the gaming communities, everything that we do is posted across those networks. So definitely subscribe to those, like them, follow them, tweet them, and we'd love to hear from you guys. It's a great way for us to keep up on how you're doing as a player and a person, and it also lets you keep up on us so that you stay in the know. Next, I'd like to... Oh, go ahead.
One thing I want to ask about that is when I see the magazine articles on Facebook, then I click to go to Gaiscioch. When I click it on Facebook, I go to the page and there's comments there. And I really want to put comments in because they're such good articles. Do I put them on the Facebook page, log in, or would I just go to our website and do that?
If you want to post a comment on the actual article itself, there's I believe it's the Discuss application, which is kind of a open community style commenting system. You just create an account right there, and then you can leave your comments there directly on the article. And that way that anyone that comes after you can see the comments, and it also promotes it across their network to
all right,
people like those articles.
So I just have to join whatever that is and then put it there.
Yep, it's down at the bottom, and you'll see reader response.
Perfect.
And comments on Facebook are never bad either. People love to see that their articles are actually being read. We are averaging about 90 people or 90 reads per article right now, which isn't too bad, but for just launching the website, it's actually doing fairly well. I suspect over the next 6 months, those will be into the couple hundreds.
Is there any good way to get back to an article in a previous issue, or do you have to use the fully packaged magazine and flip through those?
You can go through the actual Gaiscioch magazine website. There's full browse functionality. You can go to each individual section. So, like, if it was a feature, you just go to the features area.
I tried that the other day and had trouble with it. I couldn't find it.
Which one are you looking for? Because not all of them are online yet.
It was one of Soren's from a couple of issues ago, and I can't remember which one it was.
If it was Soren, it was probably a guide. You can also go to find any article by any author, or go into the About section and go Staff, and then click on the staff person to go to their page, and it'll list every article that person has written.
Oh, I see. I just assumed that the navigation at the top was the same as navigation all through the rest of Gaiscioch. I didn't realize it was different stuff.
No, the top navigation is exclusively for the magazine site.
Okay, I see it now. Thank you.
Yeah, whole different site. So the other big news that we had this month is we struck a partnership with Gaiscioch, who provided us with our voice comms software. You'll notice that it is pretty smooth. It's accessible to our Mac users and our PC users, which is a huge win. We waited 2 years for RaidCall to get off their butt and give us a Mac version, and they kept saying, oh, it's in testing, it's in testing. Well, 2 years of testing later, it's still not here. So we decided that we were going to move on to other things. We didn't want to go backwards and go to a TeamSpeak or Ventrilo or Mumble, because those are always solitary server-based and are very prone to DDoS. So we went with Gaiscioch, which is a cloud-based system. It also allows us to customize our interface, so the interface that you see in Gaiscioch is actually customized and detailed by me. We have badges, which I'm still deciding on how we're going to use those or where we're going to use them. I know some people have been having fun with them. Other people wanted to have the ESO and Guild Wars badges, so we got those in there. Just see any Elder or Commander to get those badges for your ESO or DW2. And the best feature that I love the most, and is like a big fuzzy teddy bear that I could hug forever, is no more trolls. Yay! No more Russians coming in here cussing at us. It's a blessing. It's a super blessing, and I am so happy that we don't have to put up with that anymore.
Hear, hear.
So does anyone have any comments about Gaiscioch? Their experiences so far? Is it fairly easy to set up and go? Anyone have any problems?
I like it.
I'm liking it. I very much am.
I'm liking it, but I have had people come to me using both parental control software and Norton or other virus control software, and initially having problems, and then like the next day having it just work. So I know I've heard that it's very easy to talk to the devs. I have not done so. Um, I haven't been active enough to go find exactly where links I might need to go to talk to the devs. Maybe you could help point that out to people today. So if they do have a question about how to install it and they're having difficulty with either parental control or virus software, they can get some help to work around that.
Yeah, the big thing that they could do is just go to thegamebox.com, and on there there's a support tab, and you can just contact them directly. I have had the experience of being able to submit a trouble ticket, and they not only responded to me in about 5 minutes, but they also had, within the hour, deployed a whole new build of Gamebox to fix the problem I was having. So they are very, very responsive, and I've heard a lot of other stories of people having issues and having the devs pretty much go out of their way, go above and beyond to fix it. So it's just a matter of reporting what you're seeing and what you're having, and they'll get it fixed.
Is there do you suggest we do the same thing for feature requests?
Yeah. There's actually a little area to suggest feature requests.
On their website?
Yeah.
I must be blind. I searched for quite a while. I'll try
I think
again.
it might be on their wiki.
On their wiki, okay. Just a couple small features that I missed from other voice chat programs.
Yeah, I've recommended quite a few.
Fog, we've had a couple of problems just this week where people's voice becomes in and out, sporadic. It sounds like interference or something. And if you just close out the game, the voice comm, including the launcher, and restart it, it goes away. But it's just a recent occurrence.
So there's their wiki support. Yeah, it could be one of many things. It could be something in the background patching. Not necessarily Gamebox related at all. I've had that happen to me before. Other times, if they go into their personal settings, they might have the jittering too low or too high. It sometimes could affect that as well.
I also
And
found
also,
that if you...
This last week has been a terrible, terrible, terrible week on the internet. Even Google has had outages this week. So, yeah, it's been a really bad week. So that might have been a lot of DNS servers were having issues. Routing was quite a challenge for the later half of last week. So if you're having any issues with the internet last week, I mean, even YouTube wasn't able to connect. So it was pretty bad for a while there. So I'd just say keep an eye on it going forward. And definitely if you're having any kind of weird issues, report it. So Lakshmi, I'm posting the actual link to request a feature.
Oh, sweet. Thanks. Yeah, the first one you posted, I'd already looked. I thought I'd gone through pretty much everything there.
Yeah, it's right up at the top, right under the Gamebox documentation. There's submit feedback, report bug, and request feature.
Huh.
So on to our Guild Wars 2 update. Population is steady. We're just kind of hovering right around the 500 mark, which is good. We're not having to kick people out too soon and not having to rotate a whole lot of people. We're just kind of coasting right along. This is good. The other good news is Sanctum of Raw is really kind of taking into its own. It's really kind of stabilizing and balancing out, and we're kind of finding our place in the world. So that's always good. Not a whole lot of drama on that front. We do have Gaiscioch participating in other guilds. Now this is something that a lot of people have a problem with. They have a hard time understanding how we work and what we do. For us to communicate to the rest of our server, the best way for us to do that is to have somebody in every guild on the server. That way, if we have to pull out a call to arms, everyone can flip through their other guilds and let other guilds know that, hey, there's something going down here. This really helps us because with 500 active people, getting the word out across every guild in the entire server, word can travel fast. So if you're part of another guild and we need assistance on a map, please flip over to your other guild and say, hey, so and so is on sector. We're all taking garrison. Anyone can come and help. We can amass a huge amount of numbers in a very short amount of time. Additionally, there has been a bit of discussion about Kong. I talked with Jordy and Dream Trip and a few others at great length, and this is kind of a mutual agreement. They are running Kong so that they can do pretty much a pre-made slash very skilled group. Their way of life isn't going to fit into the Gaiscioch construct. They can't play how they want to play when you want to play, as long as you want to play when you're playing in that kind of lifestyle. They are going to expect you to have gear builds. They're going to expect you to be there at a certain time, play a certain class, play a certain spec. They're going to tell you how to play and when to play and for how long to play. And being they wanted to do that route, I agreed with them that the best route would be to go to Kong and run it there. So they basically spurred off that, not as a split off Gaiscioch, but as kind of an accent to Gaiscioch, where they're going to be out there helping us on our event nights and doing their own thing, which is okay. I support that. I'd rather have people doing what they love doing and having fun out there than trying to make it work somewhere else where they're not completely happy and not playing the game that they want to play. So, if anyone's on the fence about creating another guild to go do what they want to do, if they want to, create a Pink Flamingo guild and run around as a Pink Flamingo all day, I encourage you to do it. You only live once. If you want to do something, go out there and do it. I'll even help you do it. So, we're a family, and whether you're playing Guild Wars 2 with us or just, franklining the website or deciding to play with us 10 years from now, we're still going to be here. We're still going to be cruising along. You know where we're at. So it's not going to stress me out any if you go create another guild to go have fun the way that you want to go have fun. It would be more heartbreaking to see you get frustrated and see you end up rage quitting or something like that because you're not being able to play the game the way that you want to. Additionally, summertime is approaching. When I first started Gaiscioch, I thought, man, summertime. That's when everyone doesn't have to go to school, so our numbers should boom. We should have a lot more people around, a lot more activity going on. And then I came to the realization that most of our community is over 35. And what happens during summer at 35? Our kids are no longer in school. So what does that mean we're doing? We're entertaining the kids. So it usually ends up being the complete opposite of what you would expect, and we end up having a thinning through the summer rather than a boom. So we may see lower numbers throughout the summer months. Don't freak out. That's normal. It's happened all 14 years that we've run this thing. So it's not uncommon, and it is expected, and it's unavoidable. When you have families and you have sunshine and you have beaches, people are going to travel. They're going to go out there and have fun, and that's okay. I know for sure, me over the next few months is not going to be in game as much as I have been in the past. So that's just because I have my daughter. So and I expect you all to do the same. It's family time. So if you need to go out there and have fun with family in the sun, then go do it. And then the last bit is the expansion is nearing more and more, and I suspect maybe at E3 in a couple of weeks we're going to hear a bit more about it. ArenaNet is going to be speaking at the last day of the show in the PC gaming show. So if I hear any news, I'll be sure to blast it out to you guys and let you guys know. I'm really crossing my fingers that we might get a release date at E3. I suspect that probably won't be too far-fetched. And I'm hoping that we can see the release of the expansion here probably in the next 4 or 5 months. So before the end of the year.
I still have a feeling it's going to be the end of August. So.
It probably will be pretty close to PAX, would be my guess. The last game that they released in October or later flopped, and that was Nightfall. So I have a feeling that they're going to avoid those months because they never really had a good experience there. It was always better when they launched it around PAX. So I think that we'll probably see it sometime around August or September.
Yeah, I do too.
But I'm no expert, and I'm not ArenaNet. I'm not paid by ArenaNet. Don't work for them.
Because they still have,
They have a mind of their own.
and they know the summer and everything else, and they'll throw us our new traits and our new, I think it'll be August, September.
All right, so now I wanted to open the floor for any commanders or event leaders that would like to promote their events. Go ahead and take some airtime and let people know what you're up to.
I'll go first since mine is just in about an hour and a half from now. On Saturday nights, I run either the Silver Wastes or Dry Top. This week is going to be Dry Top. We're going to focus on finishing up our achievements there. That's just running around, killing stuff, getting coins and geodes and any other good stuff that we find. So come on out in about an hour and a half.
I'm already there.
Thank you, Lashmi.
I guess I'll go next. This is Smitty here. I usually run my events on Tuesday evenings. Prime time East Coast would be 9:30 p.m. to midnight, thereabouts. As most of you probably have noticed, I have removed my Friday night reset event, and I kind of just wanted to address my feelings on why I did that, and maybe kind of spark some discussion about what can be done about it for the future, especially since I'm not going to be leading that event. When I took over running the reset events, no one was doing it, and we were kind of coming off of the second exodus after the tournament, and so I just took it up and kind of kept it going, making sure people were going, and it's a very stressful event, one that I don't think any particular commander should have for any particular long period of time because of how stressful it is. So that's kind of why I gave it up. I knew that there were some people I had heard in the past who had wanted to, run that event, and we've had several guest hosts run it in the past. I don't know if we want to go to a standard commander for that event or if we should pass it around. I know that for this past reset, we had Peanut run the reset. Obviously, he's not Gaiscioch, he's Order, but he had a ball doing it. So there is a lot of fun to be had. There is a lot of fights. I just don't think it's something that one commander necessarily needs to do for any great length of time. What's everybody's opinions about that?
Exactly. And if I hadn't have ran I actually went with my little group 4.5 hours yesterday, and between me, Omen, Feathers, and whatever we did up there, how hard the guys fought through the night, we did end up coming in second. We really worked hard. I think we're doing really well on our server. We're not giving up. So, that's very stressful, and it's only 2 or 3 hours, and we've got the whole rest of the week to do. So just coming to the meeting and being able to say who wants to lead is awesome. It gives every guild an opportunity to do that.
I agree with what's been said here. I personally would like to see kind of a different commander lead that every week so that we have the opportunity to hear different voices, that we have the opportunity to learn from different viewpoints of command. And I think it's such a different event than most of the other evenings, because usually you have everyone coming out with their full complement of people, and certainly that provides a bit more stress. But that's kind of what I would hope that we could be able to do in some way.
May I say something about
Sure.
the general world versus world thing?
Sure.
When might is flipped and when we stack might, I've noticed that can more oftentimes than anything, especially on the tag, and lose the morale of those following the tag. If they find the tag or the person leading it in general, flipping their might into weakness that's unrestricted can mess up the whole Zerg, is what I've noticed.
Oh, well, I would do that within comms on TS for world versus world.
Yeah, but stacking might, if someone gets the commander and kind of spots him out or her, it could count against us to stack might.
The commanders
my
know
opinion.
that. Most of the commanders know when to call the might. I feel.
I typically
It's-
like to stack might when they're not looking at me.
True. That part is true.
Hide around a corner, stack it, then go.
Yeah.
And then
See
Veil
if
is
you
always
can
your
cover
friend.
it with something. See if you can cover the might with something.
Yeah. It will all come out in the wash, Pyro.
But I agree.
I was just thinking out loud.
Right. I see your point there.
It's definitely a good observation. Something to keep in mind of.
It just came to mind that that's one of the buffs that'll do the most for us and count the most against us. That's all.
All right. Any other event leaders want to promo their event?
Coming up in this month in June on Saturdays, Adventures with Terror. We're going to do a class night next week, I think, on the 15th for Guardians, and then at the end of the month we will do the Engineer class week, and that should cycle us through every class.
Poor Angie, Sarah. I keep telling you.
I've been eagerly asked to do that last because I'm hoping to get Wax involved in that, who loves his Angies very
nice.
much.
That'd be nice.
So I'm hoping to talk to him before the end of the month.
The ones I run, everybody's coming up that can. 2 nights a week. I do run quite late. I do go 4 hours. I don't like to jump up for one. I like to schedule the events so that you're all there that can make it. And all of you that have made it so far have done a wonderful, wonderful job up there with me.
All right, Dima Fog, you wanted to say something?
Okay, that's hard to follow, you know. These guys are all advanced as far as I'm concerned, and I do things for little guys, beginning players. We go very slow through the beginning areas and then the 1 through 15 level areas. This week is Queensdale, and we're taking 2 weeks to do it. And after Queensdale, we'll be doing Wayfarer's Foothills. And we just go and we fight whatever comes our way and get our hearts, vistas, POIs, skill points. So
you're doing a great job, Jima. I miss yours and I miss Beanie's Achievement Hunters a lot, but you guys are doing great. You really are. I've got a lot of teenies that should be doing that with you, that's for sure.
Okay, so
and
right
you have
now,
a lot of fun.
Right now, I'm doing it on Mondays at 2:15 Pacific and Saturdays 8 a.m. Pacific, and just bring coffee and donuts.
Donuts.
Free donut day was yesterday.
Oh dear.
And I just have to point out the fact that down at our local Krispy Kreme here, we had people lining up all the way down the block. The thing that was very alarming to me was these people were standing in line for approximately 2-3 hours to get a 50-cent donut.
Okay, you know, June 6th was free donut day.
Yeah.
In most places.
Yeah, that was, it just kind of made me think, would I waste 3 hours of my life for 50 cents?
Maybe it's
I would have rather been playing this morning than at the donut shop.
Yeah, me too.
For a donut that takes 20 seconds to eat.
I know, and it's like 4 bites and you're done.
Yeah, they make them
Takes you 4 bites to it?
ESO still seems to be going strong, I guess.
If I could interject.
Go for it.
I have introduction to PvP that I'm going to be leading. We did a quick class Friday. I'm still doing Achievement Hunters, and I will be back into World v World I think I'm probably only going to do 1 day next week and then hopefully get back to my 2 days.
Awesome. That sounds cool.
We lost
She
you a
did
bit.
She did a good job in the introduction last night. I learned a lot. I might actually be able to play it.
Yeah, I think the
PvP
same
is a
thing.
lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It is.
My favorite part was sneaking up on people.
That's always fun. That's my favorite pastime.
Sneaking.
All right. Do we
That
have any other
sounded
leaders that wanted to give a little shout out to their event?
I guess I can. Sunday story mode. You want to talk beginners? I cater to people who have either never done dungeons before or have had bad experiences or are generally not confident in their own abilities. By the time we get done, you'll be confident in your abilities and you'll have had a good time in the dungeon.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually am planning to hopefully attend one of those with Allie here in the near future. So keep them up.
Every Sunday. And story modes unlock PvP paths for you. For those of you that don't know that.
Indeed.
I found that out yesterday. He took me through another dungeon and unlocked one.
Yeah, that's the reason why I actually I went into the various dungeons and completed them once so that I can unlock the PvP pass.
So, while we're on that subject, I haven't been able to talk to you, Goat, for the first time on my Mondays, because a lot of people love coming. They love dungeons. There was enough for 2 parties. So I went to post it, and I was trying to find co-leader for the chap that led the others. They were all listening to me in GameVox, but he actually led the other, and I couldn't find co-leader, so I ended up...
You can't co-lead on an adventure. You only can co-lead on open field. They would have to list it themselves, whoever led the second group.
Okay, and then they all claimed mine. All right, so then I ended up, he took his off because they claimed mine and he claimed mine. So does that still work too?
That will be fine. Yeah, you can have everybody claim yours. If you're leading 2 groups in 2 different instances and walking everybody through it, and you're essentially the leader of both, just have everybody that participated claim yours.
Okay, thanks for that.
One more thing, I've noticed people placing and able to get their orders filled on the Gaiscioch marketplace. I've been doing a bit of it, but I've also just people getting positive feedback in game and on the website. So I've never run into a community where they've done that before.
Isn't it wonderful?
It is wonderful, but it also helps people, whereas otherwise they don't feel like it, don't have time. That might be something to bring up around your events as just another option to help the crafting go along for your character, your account, and kind of an intro for those that may be joining.
I know. I think we do, though. I always lead people through. I tell the new people, there's our marketplace, claim your participation. That's what vault credits are for. I know all the others do, too. You just have to tell them when you're...
Oh, yeah. I get that. I just, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's,
just let everybody know.
It's definitely something that I like all new members to check out. It's very innovative in the fact that, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to get gouged by some crazy person on the TP. You just basically go there and you say, hey, I need one of these, and then one of our own members will craft it for you and get rewarded for doing it. So it's a system where it gives back for us caring about one another, and that's the important part. So yeah, definitely use the marketplace. Check it out. Fill orders. Place orders. The more you do, the more it helps people. And you'll be surprised at the turnaround times. A lot of times those turnaround times are really fast.
So before we move off events completely, I'd like to say something.
Go for it, Jay.
So, since my schedule changed again, and I'll be having a lot more time for a while, I'm probably going to put up my Waypoint Wanderer event again for the guild missions. That means collecting all the waypoints that are needed, that are listed for the guild missions. We'll just get together in a group and just run through all of them. Then I'm thinking about putting my map clear up and want to ask if there's interest in doing a dungeoneering event, because I'm certainly no expert in the dungeons, but I feel like some people still need some of the paths necessary for the Dungeon Master achievement, and I was thinking about putting up an event cycling through all of the explorable paths of the dungeons and just getting in there, having fun exploring them.
I'd love it.
I would too, Jay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I'm not sure if, because I haven't been to this community for very long, but I noticed that on the website we're counting towards 5 million influence. And I noticed yesterday we hit 5 million. What exactly does that entail? Like, what are we going for with 5 million?
We were saving up
There
for
you go.
the guild house when the expansion comes, because we don't know what currency it's going to cost us. We just started saving up all of them.
Right, I see.
We want to be able to buy it outright the day it goes live.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, let's go ahead, and if there's no more event leaders that want to promote their events, we're going to move on to the ESO side of the house. So again, population is going steady. It's since it went free to play, it's pretty much balanced out. Started on a nice little climb, it popped up to 300, and we are pretty much idling there. I mean, it's pretty much every day I get at least one person saying, "Hey, can I join?" And that's just through the website. Through the game, I'm certain that it's going up even more, being we don't have a requirement to register and all that to get in. It's just a requirement to get promoted. So, yeah, definitely, if you see people joining the family inside of Elder Scrolls Online, be sure to promote the website as much as you can and get people to register over there. If they don't register, they're kind of missing out on the whole experience. It's really important to get them tied in and let them see what we are in our whole. So, definitely promote that as much as you can. And then secondly, ESO and consoles. This is a big topic. Is Gaiscioch going to open up a Gaiscioch chapter inside of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4? The answer is God, no. Please, no. The reason I say that is because our site is not built to handle a declaration of systems, and the systems do not talk to one another. So each one of them would have to be run independently. It would be like running 3 chapters for one game. That would be insanely difficult and a whole lot of work on my part, a whole lot of work on our elders' part, and quite honestly, it's just something that I'm not willing to explore at this point. We do 2 rooms at a time, 2 chapters. We have Guild Wars 2 and Elder Scrolls on PC and Windows or Mac, and that's it. We're not going to change that anytime soon. That's where we're at right now, and I really don't want to be trying to work on the console divide on top of that. If they were all linked together, then I would say sure, bring in all the PS4 and Xbox One players, and have a happy day. But that's not the case. They're all on separate servers, all segregated from one another. Friends lists don't travel, guilds don't travel. You can't PM one another. If somebody was to claim a marketplace order on the PS4, there's no way for our people on the Xbox One or PC to know that that's a PS4 order. It would take an immense amount of coding that I really don't have the time to do right now. So that's a big negative. Sorry, guys. I'm sure it's going to be a blast. I encourage you to form up with your friends and other Gaiscioch members and go out there and create your own guild. But as pertains to Gaiscioch, we're not going to be on the console games. Sorry about that. Other than that, I'm really excited to see some ambitious new leaders step up and decide to host plays for Gaiscioch. They've already put one out there the week I was gone, but hey, they're doing another one. So if you are interested in being part of a drama production inside of Elder Scrolls Online, do check out the Gaiscioch forums. There's a post there about the next play and how to get involved. I highly welcome you guys to do this. This is a pretty cool thing, and I'm really hoping that the next one I can actually live stream so you guys can see a real life MMO play. It's something I've never seen, but I think it'd be really cool. So, and then again, summertime approaches. You're going to see less people playing, more people out getting suntans and swimming. So expect that. Don't worry, the sky isn't falling. This is just summertime. So go out there, have some fun, make some friends, share some loot. So do we have any Elder Scrolls leaders that would like to promote their event at this time?
Well, yes, we do. We've got a couple of events going. The newest one just started this morning, tried it out. It works pretty well. Kind of a struggle, but learn how to do veteran dungeons, which in Elder Scrolls is some of the highest level kind of stuff. And it's a lot of hand-holding, a lot of walking through, a lot of dying. But it's interesting. If you're a VR level toon and you want to learn how to do veteran dungeons, then that event will probably take place 4 times a week. And on the other end of the spectrum, I have fishing. We all get together, we all hang out, we share bait, we do nothing but catch fish, and it's a big time.
It's a lot of fun.
The wet gunny sacks are nice.
And for those of you that live in California, fishing is where you tie bait on the end of a hook and you throw it in this thing called a lake. It has like liquid in it. It's pretty cool. You should try it sometime.
Do you have any lakes in California left?
Yeah, I was just down there last week and it is very dry. It's terribly dry. I grew up there, and all the lakes that my dad used to take me fishing, my mom used to take me fishing, are now dirt, like mounds. There's nothing there. It's just dirt. That's it. So yeah, I feel sorry for those of you stuck in California. I hear that you're starting your water rationing this month, so do that because the penalties are pretty steep from what I understand. So sorry, California, you are out of the summer water fund.
They're like us here on Vancouver Island in BC. 1/10 of the snowfall this winter. We're already on restrictions last month. It's not very good.
Go
And
to Virginia,
unfortunately,
there's Busch Garden.
I think Texas stole all our water. So Texas, please get a raft. You guys
Actually, Iowa's got quite a bit of water too. We've had rain literally every other day for the last 2 months.
That's really weird. I honestly, my theory on this is that bloody volcano that's erupting out in the Pacific is causing steam to vaporize, go up, causing the clouds to become too heavy before they get landfall, letting loose all the water before it arrives on land, thus building up all the water again over the top of California and Oregon, and then dumping it all over Texas and the Midwest.
Most likely.
Oh, there's a lot in Colorado too. We had knee-deep hail this week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw the hail lumps. They weren't very small.
Yeah, it's definitely some weird weather.
I know we're having great weather out here in Seattle.
I know. Portland right now, 90 degrees. Yay!
Not bad in New York.
Anyways,
Probably no consolation. Germany is pretty warm right lately.
do we have any other event leaders in ESO that would like to promote their event? Unfortunately for me, most of our event leaders in ESO are not evening people. We have a lot of Europeans, so they're sleeping soundly at this moment. So definitely check out the Gaiscioch calendar. They do run events. They do stay up late so that they can host events for the West Coasters.
I'll pitch for them.
Okay,
I know
go
that,
for it.
and since I'm at work, I'm prissy, and since I'm at the work when they're normally doing these runs of a morning, they do a non-vent run first thing in the morning, like at 7 Pacific, 7 days a week. So what it is they do they take their vets and they run them in a non-vet dungeon, and the purpose of that is to get undaunted. and they do that, and it's really fun. They're 4-man. They're willing just about to take any level you want to go through because they normally have a vet, and just be prepared to die if you're a 4. Yeah, it works well. We're trying to get that started for late of the evening, about 9 o'clock. I'm trying it on Sundays. There is an event posted on the calendar, but that person hasn't been showing up. So we've been trying to fill the position to do the Undaunted of an evening. So I think maybe I'll just try to help Verve and everybody else keep it going. And then once again, like everybody else, try to move on to that level. Papo is also doing a Craiglorn event on Sundays, and he goes and he helps you finish. Well, they've been working on lower Craiglorn, and these are for your vets 10, 11, and 12 through 14. And it's been really fun. We're trying to get ourselves ready to be able to do the trials and stuff. Okay, there's my pitch for them.
Awesome, thank you, Chrissy. So our little final segment here, I wanted to kind of brief you on the Gaiscioch magazine for those of you that might have missed the Gaiscioch magazine meeting first Monday of the month. We do have an upcoming issue on its way, and it is person versus self-focused. We've had some really cool interviews with folks kind of talking about how you overcome yourself and get out of your own way of success. I think that's going to be a really impactful issue, and I think that there's a lot of good content coming into it that's going to help shape some people's lives or just open your eyes to sometimes you're the biggest enemy that you'll ever face. Anyways, we are currently in the content creation phase for those that are working with us. You can also check out our magazine. I posted up an E3 coverage section. As E3 is kicking off, we are going to be flooding that site up with E3 content. I have myself and my daughter who are planning on staying up and watching every single ounce of E3 coverage and putting together some articles for you guys. So you can stay tuned for those too. As always, you can join us or check us out at gsch.info/mag, M-A-G. That is a quick link to our magazine site. Tons of information there, tons of gaming news. Be sure to favorite it, bookmark it, visit it regularly. The feed there updates as news is happening, so you'll see a lot of the popular news sites out there all syndicated across that site. So it's a good way to keep in touch with what's going on all the other sites on the internet, as well as what's going on with Gaiscioch Magazine. So definitely check it out. Does anyone have any questions about the magazine before we move on to the question and answer phase? Alrighty, so on to Q&A. Does anyone have any questions or concerns or comments or feedback or want to buy me some cookies? Please go ahead and speak up now and let me know what's on your mind.
I wasn't sure I understood the comment about no Gaiscioch events on Reset Night anymore. If we're Gaiscioch and we want to come out as Gaiscioch, what do we do on Reset Night?
You just go out there as Gaiscioch. There's nothing that says that you can't represent. We're not saying don't represent Gaiscioch on Reset Night.
But do we group up or just solo or what?
You can if you want.
You can join another. You can group up. You can solo. You can join another commander that's not Gaiscioch. You can group up with Gaiscioch if there's enough Gaiscioch to claim for a World versus World event. You can claim it on our website and just do that stuff.
But for the last 6 months, I've been in reset meetings most weeks, and it's Guild X is going here, Guild Y is going there. So, do Guild X and Y want us around?
Yes, always.
Yes, they do. The thing is that the Friday time slot, I will be quite frankly honest with you, everyone that has taken that slot has burned out. Every single person. Even Spartan got tired of that slot and left it. That is a brutal slot that is very wearing on your... Yeah. It is impossible to keep your composure up and keep going forward without getting frustrated on that night. That is a one night a week when you are guaranteed to see every single person on your enemy's roster coming out there and trying to make your life hell. And then on top of that, tempers flare when things don't go as planned. So other commanders get on people's cases and it wears you down. So this allows, we want to basically get a healthy rotation where if you're available on a Friday and want to run it one week, go for it. But we are not going to tell players that they have to run it every week because we do not want to lose any more good commanders.
I totally understand that. I'm just trying to understand the mechanics. Like somebody mentioned earlier that Peanut was this week. Was I supposed to follow Peanut then?
No, he just decided to step up and lead.
We asked.
But what is he leading exactly?
Okay.
I mean, what everything or just
Go
one
ahead.
person?
No, just one group of about 20 to 30 people. He was really excited because he's not had that many people under his tag. He usually gets groups of 15 to 20. He had, maybe more than 35 at one point. And he was really excited to run on reset night. And he so he had a smile on his face for 2 hours. You could tell.
Yeah,
he did really super job.
I heard he did. Yeah.
He really did. He did a really good job. He was very polite. He was very well mannered. He called very clearly and calmly. I was very impressed. I do hear what Fogg has said and what the other commanders have said. Because I have things on Saturday and Monday. If I put something on Friday, that becomes a pretty involved weekend for me. I will probably do something like that. I may cancel my Monday for the following week, about once a month. So I will probably try to lead once a month on reset. But I don't want to try leading every reset. I'll be out there, but whether it's Kong
and I'd have to cancel. I'd have to cancel my Friday, in the morning through the afternoon. But I would in order to do that.
I totally understand the commitment. In fact, Tara, for you and I have talked about this privately in the past about what a harsh thing it is to put it all on one person. So that's not my question at all. I'm just wondering, what's the proper thing for me to do when I hop into the reset meeting? Say, hey, I'm a solo person. Who do I follow?
Well,
you could just listen and decide for yourself where you want to go. You don't have to follow anyone in particular. If you got a favorite person that's leading, you can join them. If you want to just say, hey, you know what, let's get 3 Gaiscioch together, go take camps, go for it. If you want to, go out there solo and try to find some 1v1s, then do so. It's really up to you what you want to do.
Well, not entirely though. There's some. Like the Kong guys have a specific, the reason they're not fighting with Gaiscioch anymore is so that they could go do a different kind of fighting. So I presume they don't want me to follow them. So
if you want to do that, you can. It's
that's
up
not
to you.
true. That you can go with them, but they would want you to run their builds and listen to how they command and acquiesce to that. And they're not. They don't. I have not heard them ever be profane or anything like that. That's not what they're about. They're about trying to bust Zergs in a certain way and win the fight, every fight they can get in, and try to build a comp that will beat 2 to 1 pretty regularly, and do guild versus guild things. That's kind of what they're, from my understanding, what they would like to do.
Is what they are about.
Yes, that's what they would like to do.
I'm just going to pipe in since I'm one of the leads of Kong.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Everyone's encouraged to come out. If what we shoot for right now is getting 15 people with the exact builds doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. If we have more people than that following us, that's great. There's not an issue with that. We just, as any other commander, just ask you in TeamSpeak and just follow along. And in the middle of a fight, there's going to be a lot more chatter than you're used to in a Gaiscioch event. So just kind of be respectful of that, I guess, would be my thing. When I say chatter, it's not going to be like, hey, how was your Saturday? It's going to be very battle-specific things. If you want to run by running the comp with us, I'll encourage that as well. But in order to fit in the comp, it's not like, well, I've got part of the build. You have to get the whole build down exactly for the math to all balance out and work correctly.
Sure, that's fine.
So I encourage everyone, if they want to give it a try, to come out with us and try it once or twice, but it's definitely understood that it's not going to be for everyone. We don't want to exclude you, but if you don't want to do it, that's no big deal. We're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings either.
And also, just to dovetail on that, if some of us are out late at night, we're not, we're just out trying to flip everything back to our color, roll with us. I mean, we're still Gaiscioch.
Yep.
Yeah, some people are only repping Kong later at night, for instance, because we have 7,000 influence compared to Gaiscioch's 5 million. So we need it a little bit more than Gaiscioch does at the moment.
Now, I just have to ask though, as a leader, even though I don't do WVW, you still to claim it on Gaiscioch, the commander has to have 3 Gaiscioch with them, and he has to be Gaiscioch.
Yes.
Gaiscioch or Tuatha. And yes, if Jordy is leading an event under Kong, he's not claiming it on Gaiscioch's site. At least
We did
until
not-
he decides to get Kong into the Tuatha.
We did not claim Gaiscioch event Friday because Peanut led. So there you go. But we had lots of fun and made Peanut very happy, and we still had a successful event. Now that was
Awesome.
specific. That was specific because Dream was not well. He wanted to do it, but he wasn't well. And at the last minute, it came down to it, and all of us were pretty much tapped out, tired for the week. So an idea came, and it was I think it was a good idea. He did a super job, and I thank him for that, actually.
Well, we're all working together up there, and that's the
Exactly.
whole thing.
Well, cool, thanks. That answers my question. We didn't want to get into a debate about the right way to do all the higher level issues. I just wanted to know, as somebody with no event on the calendar, should I show up?
Yeah, it's always
Sure,
encouraged
if
to
you
help
want to,
support the
yeah.
realm. This isn't
Cool.
Gaiscioch as a server. This is Sanctum Morale as a server. We have brothers and sisters who are not wearing a tag that we want to go out there and support, whether it's a Gaiscioch event or not. We want to be an active part of the community because that's the only way that we're going to flourish.
I mean, Shmi, I've tagged up there when there's been no event or anything, and there's others that have, and there might be 4 from different guilds, and we're the only ones on map, and we just want to bring something together and do it, and we just hop in, we build siege, we try to do what we can. So never be afraid of just joining in and following another commander. It's just it can't be posted unless we have 3 participating. That's all.
Cool, thanks.
All right. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Do I get a birthday cake?
Is your birthday today?
It's Jordy's birthday today, isn't it?
I
Over
think
60
he's
candles
around
is
here.
bad.
No, it's good. It's so much close to 70. Come on now.
Yay.
We almost burnt down the house when we lit Grandpa's cake one year. He was 80.
I believe
We
it.
put 80 candles on the cake.
Oh, Gina. Oh, my goodness.
80 candles and a fire extinguisher.
Did you need to use a propane torch to light them all?
You're just a shining
Did that.
example of how blessed of a family we are, Leslie. We have people from really young to, very mature in their age, and it's great to have a full spectrum because you have so much culture and life and history within this family that anything you want to know is accessible to you. And if you need any kind of shoulder, there's always a shoulder out there for you. And
I really
it's
like
a real
Don's
godsend.
article. Yeah, I really like Don's article in this picture. That was pretty cool. No, it was Papa's article.
Yeah, Pop's
It's fantastic photo, by the way.
Yeah, that was just so awesome.
So definitely thank you guys for all being here and being part of this family. It's been a tremendous success. It's been way better than I ever imagined it could be. You guys really bring a smile on my face every day, so thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome. And when you get that other thing set up, I'm going to need an address because we don't do PayPal. We're too old to do that. I'll send you a money order.
Yeah, we are. I did open up donations this past month to help fund some of the big expenses that Gaiscioch has. There is a link at the very, very, very bottom of the page on the bottom right, or on the family announcement / blogs. It's only active
Oh, you
to
did
people
put
that
it
are over
back
board
on.
there.
Okay.
And I really don't want to push it on you guys. I didn't even want to bring it up in this meeting, but being it's out there already, I'll let you know. You know, we have met all of our goals for 2014 or 2015. See, I'm so old, I'm forgetting the year. Awesome. And I won't really have to worry about anything until next year unless something random comes up. So I just want to give a huge thank you to the people that, you know, as soon as I announced it, jumped on board and helped contribute some. It definitely did lighten the load and allowed me to spend more money on my daughter this year than on Gaiscioch. So it was a huge help. So thank you.
So while we're on that kind of thing of thanking people, some of you may have noticed this Gaiscioch that I put a topic in the family part of personal life part of the Gaiscioch forums, and I want to thank you guys so incredibly much. The first part of my therapy is over for now, hence my schedule changing, and I was in tears reading most of your answers, and I'm just so incredibly thankful to have met you guys.
Jay.
And yeah, I'm just so happy, and I feel blessed to be able to run out and come out here in the game and have fun with all you incredible people.
That's so wonderful to hear, dear.
Yeah, we're kind of fond of you, Jay.
Yeah, especially he's my tour guide if I get lost. I love him coming out with us.
Just, you know, you take it slow. Like Finn's taking it slow. You got to take things slow, one baby step at a time.
Indeed. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for this month. We'll be back again next month with a new Gaiscioch Family Summit on the first Saturday of the month. Let me check that real quick. No, we're not going to do this on the 4th of July. So it'll be the second Saturday of the month. So
Oh, no. The 4th of July. Alrighty.
Yeah, I don't think 4th of July is going to be the best day to host this. You guys don't like fireworks, right?
I
So
don't. They
until
frighten
then,
my
guys,
dog.
thank you very much. Stay tuned for the next CNR notes. We do have Elder meeting next week, and then the week after, or 2 weeks after that, we have the event leaders meeting on Monday at 4 p.m. I may be moving all those meetings back to 5 if people can continue not showing up to them. I think the time frame is really jacked for a lot of people, so I might move them back a little bit. But I just want to say thanks again for being here, guys. You guys made this place really special. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Fog. Okay, guys, I'm going to go have my my birthday dinner in movies.
Happy
See
birthday.
you
Happy
guys
birthday.
soon.
Happy
birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Cheers.
Have a good night, everyone.